I have the pleasure to present to you
KCCA has taken a number of steps to address this sanitation challenge, which include, but not limited to the following: the setup,
Welcome to Slam Dunk Basketball Talk.
A wise man once said, "The future has a name, and its name is hope. A tiny flicker of light that feeds on hope is enough to shatter any shield of darkness." At Mandulus, we really believe.
omuwala ye Busabala, Prosikovi omulungi we Busabala. Yalina akamwenyu akalinga enjuba, nga mutayiza nga tegejjuba. Waliwo ekintu ekyansumbuwa, ekyo ekintu ekyangoba Busabala. Yalina muzeeye yali yajjula obukambwe, nga buli bwandaba ng'awagala ekyambe. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Muzeeyi yali mulodi we Busabala, okuva ebuvanjuba paka ebugwanjuba, ng'abanoonya abasajja ba local defense. Mikwano gya muzeeyi wa Sikovia, buli omukwano gwali gujja kunzisa, nga njiribayiriba ne Prosikovia. Obula muzeeyi yali yajjula obukambwe, nga buli wandaba ng'awagala ekyambe. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Ekyangoba ye Busabala batuula ku ntebe nze ne bampa omukeeka. Ekyangoba ye Busabala nze omwana w'omuntu ne bampita enswera. Ekyangoba ye Busabala, Prosikovi ekimuli kye Busabala. Obula muzeeyi yali yajjula obukambwe, nga buli bwandaba ng'awagala ekyambe. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Kye kyangoba ye Busabala. Ekyangoba ye Busabala batuula ku ntebe nze ne bampa omukeeka. Ekyangoba ye Busabala nze omwana w'omuntu ne bampita enswera. Ekyangoba ye Busabala, Prosikovi ekimuli kye Prosikovi oyo. Prosikovi ekimuli kye Busabala.
I will make you feel like you've never been loved, like you've never been loved.
Hey baby, it would take a lifetime for us to be over, sweet baby. Heaven will sing when we have each other. You don't have to fear, 'cause I will make you feel, I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. 'Cause I'll give you love like you've never been loved before. I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. 'Cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before. So don't be bothered by what your friends say, 'cause they don't know my love. I'll hold you, I'll be your shoulder, and you will never cry. You don't have to fear. No, no, I will make you feel, I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. 'Cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before. And I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. 'Cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before. Listen baby, I know you've been searching for a real man who will love you for who you are. So don't look further, here I am, if you let me in. Mama told me if you find the one, she's worth fighting for, and here I am. I will give you all that I am, if you let me in. Love will set us free. yeah. If we'll let it be, and I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. Cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before. And I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. And I will make you feel like, yeah, and I will make you feel like you've never been loved. Cause I'll forever ever give you love like you never had, like a blessing from above. I will always shower you with love. Feel like you've never been loved. Cause I'll forever ever give you love like you never had, like a blessing from above. I will shower you with love. I will make you feel like you've never been loved before. Cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before. And I will make you feel like you've never been loved. Oh, cause I will give you love like you've never been loved before.
I will make you feel like you've never been loved, like you've never been loved. I will make you feel like you've never been loved, like you've never been loved.
Lord, I have something to say. I keep on searching for meaning in everything I'm doing. They say you listen to everything we say. That's why I'm calling and asking for you to lead the way. Yeah, I'll keep on walking, keep on walking. Please, Lord, lead the way. Let the children sing now, yeah. Keep on walking, please lead the way. Yeah, I'll follow. And I'll follow. And I will follow. I'll follow. Lord, sometimes I get afraid. Then I remember what the scripture said. They say you listen to everything we say. And that's why, Lord, and now I'm calling and asking for you to lead the way. Yeah. So I'll keep on walking, Lord, lead the way. Yeah, I keep on walking, Lord, lead the way. Yeah, and I'll follow. I'll follow. I will follow. I will follow. Yesu, mkwano wange. Yesu, tata wange. Yesu, subi yange. Kamugoberere, whoa. Keep on walking, Lord, lead the way. Keep on walking, please, Lord, lead the way, yeah. And you know that I will follow, yeah. Oh, I will follow. I will follow you, Lord, yeah. I will follow. And I'll keep on walking. Let the children sing, let the children and sing, yeah, yeah, yeah. Keep on walking, keep on walking. I will follow. I will follow you, Lord, yeah. I will follow you, Lord, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Kankubele means follow you, and I will follow you, oh Lord. I will follow. Baligamba nti nayimbira abato, nayimbira emitima egyali mu kabi gitebenkere, abantu balamu baagalane. Baligamba nti nafubira ku gita, abalala balwana, nze nga ndi ku gita, njagala bayige beewaane, nti twaliyo, twaliyo. Buli kyenkola kikolera balijja, Mungu anyamba abaana nneme kubaswaza, njagala bayige beewaane, nti twaliyo, twaliyo. Twakulira mu mulembe gwa kirya, twakulira mu mulembe gwa kirya, twakulira mu mulembe gwa kirya, twakulira mu mulembe gwa kirya. Children will rise taller than the mountains. I'd love to be a part of their foundation. I'd love to hear them say, we were there, we were there, we were there, we were there. Children will rise taller than the mountains. I'd love to be a part of their foundation. I'd love to hear them say, we were there, we were there. Every song I sing so they can be strong. My every heartbeat so they can love forever long. I love to hear them say, we were there, we were there. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Mulembe gw'ensozi empya baliwulira oluyimba luno ku rediyo, balijjukira ennyimba ezatuweweeza. I would love this song to be played on the radio for many years to come. Whatever it would be called then, we'll remember when we used music as therapy. And I will have sung this song way back then. Yeah, way back then. Way back then, yeah, yeah. Way back then. Abana bakule, abana bayige, eggwanga likule.
present to you
KCCA has taken a number of steps to address this sanitation challenge, which include, but not limited to the following: the setup,
Welcome to Slam Dunk Basketball Talk.
A wise man once said, "The future has a name and its name is hope. A tiny flicker of light that feeds on hope is enough to shatter any shield of darkness." At Mandulus, we really believe.
Three, two, one.
Compatriots, victorious fighters of Africa, compatriots, victorious fighters of Africa, you shed your blood for me, you slept in jail for me, you shed your blood for me, all in the struggle for liberty, tortured day and night, just because you're black. We can't forget the past, all the souls we lost. We can't deny the fact Africa, I'll think again. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba. Maji, voice of freedom, Kanutanu Frelimo, the movement of the people. Oh, Ghana, the root of Pan-Africans. People must unite. From hours in prayer, we can't forget the past. We can't deny the faith. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba. Calling, yes, my brothers, it's the sound of victory. Senegal, Gambia, Senghor is champion. Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, Felix our father. Soweto, 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 Mandela. Soweto, 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 the land of the brave. Remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba, remember Thomas Sankara, remember Samora Machel, remember Stephen Biko, remember Patrice Lumumba.
They projected the image of Africa negatively. They projected Africa always in a negative light. Jungles, savages, cannibals, nothing civilized. And naturally, it was so negative until it was negative to you and me. And you and I began to hate it. We didn't want anybody to tell us anything about Africa, and much less call us an African. And in hating Africa and hating the African, we ended up even hating ourselves without even realizing it. Because you can't hate the roots of a tree and not hate the tree. You can't hate your origin and not end up hating yourself. You can't hate Africa and not hate yourself.
Africa, I love you daily. My home, I think about you every day. Africa, I love you daily. My home, I think about you every day. You're so beautiful, mama. thy glorious sweet Africa. Flora and fauna is delicate, oil and gold is tempting. Flora and fauna is delicate, the oil and gold is tempting.
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you,
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you. Africa, I love you daily. My home, I think about you every day. You're so beautiful, Mama land. Fertile, glorious, sweet Africa. Flora and fauna is delicate, oil and gold is tempting. Flora and fauna is delicate, the oil and gold is tempting.
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you,
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you. Arusha, Tanzania, Kigali, Goma. Welcome to Africa, shining bright like a diamond, standing up your pyramid, shining bright like a diamond, standing up your pyramid. The sun is always out, the Nile flows so deep. There is no place like Africa. I am born in Africa.
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you,
Rise up, Africa.
I love you,
Viva Africa.
we love you,
Rise up, Africa.
I
walangaoko nekusalawo serabiranga biseera byetwalina nongolera ekyokulya nondeetera kuva lwe wagenda omutima gukunoonya obuli mbeera n'endowooza oba osanga zeyakugoba okuva lwe wagenda omutima gukunoonya obuli mbeera n'endowooza oba osanga zeyakugoba walirumu lwe wagenda tewasibula nange saamanya nalabiraawo nga kaseera ayiseewo nga sikulabako
An army of sheep led by a lion will beat an army of lions led by a sheep. That's a fair.
Yes.
So let's be very honest about this thing, and really understand that you need to understand where you lie and where you fall. So it's very important for us to understand that leadership has to be definitive. You can't be laissez-faire. It has to be definitive. You have to be strong, just like a lion. You know, when a lion meets an elephant or a buffalo or whatever, the buffalo and all these animals run away. And yet, by the way, they are stronger than the lion. They are heavier than the lion. They are more intelligent than the lion. They are taller than the lion. They run away. The lion, because of its attitude, it sees lunch. That is a leader.
Mr. Tony Trump, thank you very much for coming to the CEO bench. And I want to ask you, so if you were elected the President of the Republic of Uganda today, what would be your first State of Nation address? Now, as you look into the camera and close the show.
I think my first State of the Nation address would first of all to... I think I'll just close it down.
Welcome to the CEO Bench. My name is Eddie Okila, and my guest this morning on the CEO Bench is a businessman, is an entrepreneur, is a philanthropist, and a social activist. He speaks a lot about youth empowerment across Africa and across the continent. And he's been a man around Africa in oil and gas industry. He's done it all. And he's here with us this morning, or this afternoon, or this evening on the CEO Bench, depending on where you're coming from and which part of the world you're actually watching this program from. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to present to you Emperor Chris Baywood Ibe. Emperor, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Eddie. It's nice to be here with you. It's quite a very pleasant day, and I'm ready for you.
All right, if you're joining us from anywhere in the world, I'd like to bring a very small profile of Emperor Chris to you. Emperor Chris is, like I said, is an entrepreneur and, of course, a philanthropist, a social activist. He is from a state in Nigeria known as Iusu Awa.
Enugu State.
Enugu State.
So I'm from Enugu State. That's the southeastern part of Nigeria.
Okay, let's talk about that. Now that you've talked about it, who is Emperor Chris?
Just a young man, little unknown, but known. Like the introduction goes with, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social activist, and I'm a mentor of youths. I've been around. I'm a business guy. I take interest in anything that will make the world safe and better place. I'm a family man with 4 kids, and I'm from a family of 8. I'm the 3rd. So Chris Baywood has been around, like you captured in your intro. Yeah. I've been around Africa, from Western Africa, where I come from, because I'm from the ECOWAS region of the Sub-Sahara Africa. I've been around East Africa. I've been around the SADC region, that is Southern Africa. I think where is missing is Central Africa. So, yeah. And I'll tell you, because I take a lot of interest in Africa, because I'm a Pan-African. I love Africa. I breathe Africa. I talk Africa.
Wow.
Yes. So this is why most of my business interest is trying to, tap the opportunities and the potentials that are in Africa, because I believe that's one of Africa, like I always tell people, is the remaining frontier. So I don't know what I'm going to look for in Europe or what I'm going to look for in North America that they cannot find in Africa. Wow. So this is who Emperor Chris Baywood is.
Well, if you're joining us from anywhere across the world, that's Emperor Chris Baywood Ibe talking to us on the CEO bench. He is the CEO and the president of the Baywood Group. And the Baywood Group has offices all across Africa and Europe. And we're going to know, and in South America, I think, we're going to know. North America. And we're going to know a lot more about that on the CEO bench. But we want to start the discussion, Emperor Chris Baywood, from a point of leadership. A lot of people are doing great stuff across Africa, and sometimes those who are doing great stuff across Africa is not known to us. Sometimes we don't know the talent we have, but we have been looking at your profile, and I want to start from a more personal note of knowing you from what is leadership to you and what is self-leadership to you?
Well, it depends on where you're coming from. Leadership, are you talking about political? Are you talking about human leadership or human capital? But generally, leadership is being this man that sets the directives, or rather sets the process in motion, a thought out process, and you follow this process, and you walk your talk, because it's not about the leadership. It's not just okay, this is how we're going to do it, and perhaps you set the process in place, but you're doing contrary. So leadership, they say, starts with you. And so if you want to talk about business leadership, how to go about the business, it has to be seen on the way you conduct your own business. And don't forget that they always say that the greatest asset you have in every organization is human beings. So leadership starts with you and how you interact with the people around you, even in your home. The truth is, if you're not able to lead your home very well, you can't lead anything else.
Wow.
Yeah, I think if you have a broken home, let's put it this way. If you're not able to manage your home very well and put your home in a good pedestal where everybody seems to be aligned with you, I would doubt it very much if you have a good set of mind to lead any other organization. be it in business, be it in social arrangement, be it in what they call, CSO world. So CSO world means the social community social organization. So I know. So for me, leadership starts with you, and this is what I have set the example for myself. And whatever I do, I have to do it right. I know the principles that guides it. I know the policies. You have to have the right policy framework, and this policy framework has to be seen to be working according to the way you have said it. Yeah. And he said everybody along that line, that trajectory, and you follow suit. And then make sure you lead by example. Because one of the challenges we have in Africa that a lot of people don't lead by example. You say one thing and do another. So this is exactly for me leadership. Leadership is that quality you have to lead others, and others will look at you and emulate you and follow you through and through because they believe in you. So first of all, you have to buy the confidence of the people. All right? And this is what I'm saying. If in your home, you can't get the confidence of your children, for example, daddy comes home every time by 4 a.m. and then daddy messes around in the house, maybe he smokes and everywhere is littered, or daddy drinks and is just so reckless with everything. You don't expect your child tomorrow. You tell your child, hey, listen, you must not come back anything later than 7 p.m. He can only say, yes, daddy, I hear you. But do you think he's going to abide by that? Because you're already leading by example. Yeah. He sees you come home at 4 a.m. Or anytime he asks for daddy, daddy's not at home. So leadership starts with you. And if you set that example, others will follow you.
Wow. Thank you very much, Emperor Chris Baywood. Let's talk about yourself, self-leadership. How did you pick yourself? Where did you come from? Take us back from growing up and getting to where you are today and who you are today. Some people out there may not know who you are today. They just think that you're just a man with a good, deep voice, sound like some movie star. Is like Barry White. Is his sound is. Many people will mistake you to be Barry White. Many people will take you to be, Morgan Freeman. Where is Emperor Chris? And the name Emperor?
Well, like I always tell people, I'm a man with different shades of colors. Positive, right? But you can have different shades of colors, but negative. So I think I meet positive vibes, because I've read quite a lot of books that teaches on positive energy and law of attraction. What is law of attraction? You have to love yourself first.
Yeah.
If you can't love yourself, you can never attract same positive aura. Yeah. So I learned that over time by reading quite a lot of books. And one of such books I read is, I tell everybody to read that book. Either you read it or you watch it. It's Secret by Rhonda Byrons. It's quite captivating and it's quite insightful. It's motivational, it's inspirational. It's one of such books that when you read them, you see you start to especially when you read them and put them in practice, right? Because one thing is to read a book or read books and try to see, provided you are on the right path. You can read certain things and you have certain information that might send negative vibes. So for me, I always look at the positive vibes for everything. So a man of different shades of colors, I say, is I come as a very corporate person when it's necessary. I come as a very as an activist when it's necessary. I come as a lover of life. Socially, I describe myself as a social butterfly. Yes, I think so, because in certain quarters, when you see me, you will imagine that you will just begin to ask yourself, this is not the same person. Yeah. But if you see me in my office where I'm working, And you look at my face. No, my face turns you up because I'm serious in my business, okay? When it's that moment, I face it. And when it's time to have fun and just drop my guard, I drop my guard and then come down from my high horse so I can relate with the people at the level, at this level. Because if you don't do that, you'll be alone. You'll be left alone.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest challenges we have, rich people have, or the wealthy people have, is loneliness.
Yeah.
And why? When you can't come down from your high horse, right?
Yeah.
To relate with the people at the level, you'll be alone.
Yeah.
So it's a lonely world.
Wow.
So I grew up as a young man, like I said earlier, from a family of 8 and number 3. I would say from a mid-average family. My father was a farmer of an issue before he got into construction. He was a miner, a coal miner. He worked in the coal corporation because in my state, before oil was discovered in Nigeria, the main foreign exchange earner for Nigeria was coal, granite, cocoa, and all those other agro products. And of course, a whole lot of things was happening around coal. And so we have the coal belt in my zone. So my father worked in coal corporation. Okay, he understands what it means to be a hard worker. Yeah. He understands principles of discipline because if you work in such an environment, anything can happen. The next minute you are alive, the next minute you can die because of the accidents or the inherent challenges in the coal mining. Yeah. So he comes across a very disciplined guy. So we grew up being very disciplined children, and that has instilled quite a lot of things growing up. Although growing up as a young man, being the first male child, and you know the story of male child in Africa, so I was so treasured. The first were ladies, you know, and by the time I was born and male child, it was like, wow, this is the best thing that could ever happen to the family. So I received so much attention from my parents, and to the point that I almost lost it as a man. But thankfully, there was a turnaround when my father decided to be tough on me.
Tell us about how did your father decide to be tough on you? You were so loved. From what I hear from the literature I've seen about you, you seems to have been a man who has very interesting background. I mean, one would describe as a man who is up, not up, in the middle, is somewhere. What does that mean to you? What was a turning point?
Turning point for me, I mean, so many things have happened in my life that. But my father set the tone, you know. He toughened me, I would say, and that such moment can never be forgotten. My father let me walk through, almost like you can liken it to what you see in the Bible, like in Psalm 23. He said, "Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I shall fear no evil." Yeah. Okay. My father made me to walk through the shadow of death as a young boy, you know. I don't know whether he did it deliberately. I don't know whether he knew what he was doing.
You walked through the shadow of death.
Yeah, I walked through the shadow of death, you know, as a young boy, because he let me go through a part that, I mean, when my mother got to know what happened to me, my mother was in awe and shock. She couldn't believe it. I had gone through an admission process in secondary schools. First I got admission with the Federal Government College Benin, you know, where that was my first admission, Federal Government College Benin, which is in another state. It's in the current day Edo State, but then it was Midwestern State. So I had admission to go to school that. My father took me, or rather, I mean, and you know what? The interesting thing about the Federal Government College then, it was exclusive of the rich and the bourgeois. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The rich and the bourgeois.
In the sense of wealth and
both wealth, both position, political,
power,
political affiliations and inclinations and stuff like that. But my father was not near any one of those. My family at the time, anyway. But you know what?
So how did you get
there? A smart guy is a smart guy. You know, I've been a smart dude from I've been endowed with a lot of natural intelligence. Don't forget. I think so. Yeah. I've been endowed with a lot of natural intelligence because it comes from my dad. My dad was. I called my dad when my dad passed on, and I was writing his what do you call it? His autobiography, eulogies. I said he's the greatest philosopher I have seen. Because he was full of wisdom and idioms and proverbs. He will never talk to you without proverbs or idioms, and stuff like that. And he will start with a lot of stories. And you think he's not going anywhere, and then he lands. And you ask him, Dad, well, why are you going through all this? Well, he said, for you to understand where I'm coming from. So, he wasn't quite educated, but I mean, I can tell you the little he had is a very, I wonder what would have happened if my dad had gone through formal education to go to university and stuff like that. Anyway, so that were naturally imbued with it. I can tell you, both my mom and my dad are quite an excellent human beings, and I will always wish to have same parents anytime, even in my next world. Anyway, that said, so I had this admission into Federal Government College, and it went wild. It went like a wildfire in the community. The son of so got admission in the Federal Government College, and it was like...
It was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Oh yeah, it was a big deal in the 70s, man. I said it was exclusive of the big people.
Yeah.
So my uncle then in Lagos came to Enugu. He heard the news and he couldn't hold his joy. He came down to Enugu and took me to Benin again for the next level of admission process. And that next level is written and oral interview, So we did that, and listen, when we arrived in Benin, it was like, my contemporary, well, I would say, my other colleagues, those coming for the interviews, were driving in different kinds of cars. In those days, it was Citroen, it was Peugeot, it was Mercedes, it was Ford and other stuff. But we came on a commercial vehicle. Wouldn't that be a dampener to you? Yeah. Wouldn't that make you lose your self-esteem when you walk in from a car park, what we call a motor park, and people are driving in with
big engine style,
and then you walk in.
Yeah.
But you know what? You believe in yourself. That's one thing I keep telling people. Believe in yourself first. I had this awesome confidence, and I believe in myself. Yeah. I walked in, had the exam, written, and the oral, because written and oral will form the cumulative result to gain you admission into the federal college. So at the last point, I just asked the guy I was right behind to spell tomorrow. Tomorrow.
The word tomorrow.
The word tomorrow, and that's why I treasure tomorrow so much. You know why? Tomorrow is pregnant.
Wow.
You don't know what it's going to deliver. Yeah. So you got to look forward for tomorrow. Yeah. And I tell people, it's like what I tell people, the day of reckoning. There's always a day of reckoning in your life. Yeah. That day of reckoning, it will come one day. That day, you will not know. So it's like tomorrow. It's certain that tomorrow will come, right? But you don't know what tomorrow will bring. So this guy couldn't spell tomorrow. And I'm good with English.
And this boy coming from Enugu State,
and this young boy, not so much around him, had it all done, and so that plus my written exam gave me admission. But for the love my parents had for me, I got that admission, but my father wouldn't let me to stay.
Why?
Distance. It takes a drive. Then I think it will take you a drive of about 4, 5, 6 hours to get there in those days, right? Yeah. So the distance was for him. I mean, I must be close to my son. Don't forget it.
Wow.
First male born, right? Treasure Island. Treasure Island.
To the throne.
Exactly. Heir to the throne, right? Yeah, exactly. So they decided that, okay, I had admission, but you're not going to go. I did a few months there. My father pulled me back and said, you got to come back home because I have to be close to us. I came home, took another common entrance, And then, bingo, I landed another one in my state, where finally I attended Colliery Comprehensive Secondary School. Yeah. It's in a community called Ngwo, Ngwo, Ngwo. Right?
Yeah.
The school then was run by, that's why it's called Colliery. Colliery is formed from the coal corporation of these white men, these British people who came to Nigeria to explore coal.
Yeah.
So the school was like exclusive, exclusive, right?
Yeah.
So, well, it was good. I got that admission to that school, and it was one of the premier schools there in Enugu State. Then, East Central State. Wow. There was no Enugu State. East Central State. Yeah. Right. Okay. Of course, my father drove me to do some clearance. We went to do the clearance.
To the school.
To the school.
Yeah.
Or with school. And of course, my father was working elsewhere, not in my state. He was working